OpenClaw 4.15 just dropped, and I want to walk you through every single change that actually matters for you. This is one of those releases where nothing explodes, no massive feature that breaks the internet, but underneath the surface, a lot of things got tighter, smarter, and more reliable. And honestly, those are the releases I pay attention to the most, because when OpenClaw quietly fixes the things that were slowing you down, that compounds, right? Every session runs better, every agent loop is more stable, every workflow you've built gets a little bit more dependable. So let's dig into what changed, why it matters, and what you should actually do with it. So the biggest model news in 4.15 is Opus 4.7 support. So if you're running OpenClaw with Anthropic as your provider, you can now select Opus 4.7 and it comes with bundled image understanding included. What does that really mean practically? Well, Opus 4.7 is Anthropic's most capable model right now. It literally just dropped. Better reasoning, better instruction following, better at holding complex tasks together across long sessions. So if you're using OpenClaw for content workflows, for lead generation, for pipelines, for client outreach, etc., switching to Opus 4.7 as your model gives the agent running those workflows a meaningful upgrade. The image understanding piece is also bundled in. So if your OpenClaw setup involves reading screenshots or processing images or pulling data, well, that's now part of the package when you run Opus 4.7. There's no extra config needed. Now let's talk about memory, because this one matters a lot for anyone running OpenClaw over long sessions or multiple projects. OpenClaw uses a persistent memory system, SolMD and MemoryMD, that keeps context across sessions. OpenClaw does not forget every time you close it, thankfully. That's been true for a while. But in 4.15, two things changed around how that memory works. First, LanceDB, the memory index system inside OpenClaw, now supports cloud storage. Previously, your memory index lived on local disk only. Now you can run durable memory indexes on remote object storage. That means your memory can follow you across machines and environments. If you're running OpenClaw on a server or a remote setup, for example, your agent's accumulated knowledge about your business, your clients, your workflows, it all persists reliably in the cloud now. Second, memory reads just got bounded. The update caps how much of your memory gets pulled into context on any given read. There's a default limit on how long those memory excerpts are, with explicit metadata so the agent knows when to continue reading. Why does this matter? Because long sessions were pulling in huge chunks of memory before, which bloated the context window and slowed things down. Now the agent reads memory in controlled amounts and signals when there's more to use. Sessions run leaner without losing access to what the agent knows. There's also a change to how dreaming works. So OpenClaw has a new feature called dreaming that just dropped last week. It's how the agent processes and organizes what it learned during a session. Previously, when the dreaming output got written directly into your daily memory files, that meant your memory MD files were getting flooded with structured processing data and content, right? Like sleep phases, REM phases, all of that sitting in the same file as your actual operational memory. In 4.15, the default changed. So dreaming output now goes into its own separate folder, memory/dreaming, instead of being mixed into your daily notes. Your daily memory files stay clean. The agent's processing work stays in its own space. And if you've ever opened up your memory MD file and wondered why it was full of structured phase blocks instead of useful context, this is why, and 4.15 actually fixes it. Here's something that will matter for anyone using OpenClaw with local or self-hosted AI models. There's a new experimental setting called local model lean mode, right? And when you enable it, OpenClaw drops the heavyweight default tools, browser, cron, messages from the agent's default toolkit. That shrinks the prompt size significantly. Now, why does that matter? Smaller local models, anything running through Ollama, for example, or LM Studio, anything under around 32 billion parameters, these models struggle when the system prompt is enormous. They get confused, they miss instructions, they start behaving inconsistently. By trimming the tool list for local models to just what a lighter model can actually use, well, your local agent sessions become more reliable. You give up some capability, but you gain a lot of consistency. And also for a lot of people, they don't need the full power when they're running local models. And if you're running a free local model setup as a sub-agent layer, this is worth turning on. Speaking of local models, there's also a fix for Ollama specifically. If you are running models through Ollama with provided prefixes, so for example, the Ollama/Quen:14b, those requests were 404ing against the Ollama API. The fix strips the prefix so the model ID resolves correctly. Practical result means your Ollama backed agent sessions stop breaking mid-run. Google's Gemini text-to-speech is now built into the bundled Google plugin as well, so you can select voices, output wave replies, and handle PCM telephony output, right? If you've been building any kind of like voice-based automations inside OpenClaw, for example, like customer-facing audio or voice reply systems or anything that needs spoken output, Gemini TTS is now a native option without building custom integrations. There were also significant security and stability fixes across the board. The tool loop detection guard is now on by default. This is important. Previously, if a tool got removed from OpenClaw's skill list, say, for example, you disabled a plugin and forgot, the agent could get stuck in a loop trying to call a tool that no longer existed. It would just keep hitting tool not found until the new session timed out. The new guard detects this and stops the loop after about 10 unknown tool attempts instead of letting it run to timeout. The skill snapshot version also got a fix. So when you change what skills are allowed in OpenClaw, enabling or disabling tools, the agent's skill snapshot now updates immediately. Before, if you removed a bundled skill from the allow list, the agent could still call it in existing sessions because this snapshot was stale. And that's been patched now. Skill changes take effect properly now. The context window management also got improved to be for smaller models particularly. There was a bug where local models with small context windows like 16K tokens and under would hit context overflow errors or get stuck in infinite compaction loops. The fix caps the compaction reserve at the actual model context window size. So if you're running a 16K model, it stops trying to reserve more space than the model actually has. Secrets handling got a security patch too. So the exec approval prompt, the screen that shows up when OpenClaw wants to run a command and needs your permission, was leaking credential material in some cases. Secrets are now redacted from those approval prompts tight and clean. So what do you actually do with this update? Well, if you're running OpenClaw now, update Opus 4.7 is a meaningful step as a default for the model on Anthropic. The memory bounds and dreaming separation will make long sessions noticeably clearer. The tool loop guard alone saves you from a frustrating class of session failures. And if you're running local models through Ollama, turn on local model lean mode and see if session consistency improves. For most setups with smaller models, it will. If you're running OpenClaw on a server or across multiple machines, look into the cloud storage option for LansDB memory. Getting your memory index off local disk and onto persistent cloud storage is the right move for any serious setup. And if you're using Blue Bubbles as a channel, update and let the catch-up mechanism run. You may get some replayed messages as it processes what is missed. That's expected behavior, not a bug. The bigger picture here is that OpenClaw 4.15 is doing the work of a mature platform. The course feature setup is strong. What the team is building now is reliability at scale, better memory management, better session recovery, tighter security, cleaner integrations. Every one of these fixes is a product of real users running real workflows and hitting real edges. The changelog on this release has contributions from over 50 community members. This is an active project with a large engaged community pushing it forward, and that matters for how you think about building on it, right? When you build your lead generation, when you set up automations for client outreach, when you set up content workflows on OpenClaw, you're building on something that thousands of people are actively stress testing and improving. The 4.15 release notes read like a project that knows where it's going. The foundation keeps getting stronger. The memory system is getting more capable and more portable. And the model default keeps getting better too. The local model support keeps improving. The agent reliability keeps tightening. If your business isn't running any kind of automated workflow with OpenClaw yet, the 4.15 release is a good moment to start. The setup costs are lower than it's ever been. The documentation is better. The community is larger. And the default model is now one of the best in the world. You don't need to understand every line of those release notes to benefit from this. You just need to update, pick one or two of these improvements that match where your workflow currently breaks and apply them. Cloud memory if you're running across machines. Lean mode if you're running on local models. The Gemini TTS plugin if you need voice output, right? And the model auth card if you're managing multiple providers. Pick your two and implement them this week. The gap between people using AI automation and people not using it is widening every single month, right? Every release like this, even a quiet, stable one, is another step forward for everyone on the platform and a step backwards in relative terms for everyone who hasn't started yet. Inside the AI Profit Boarding right now, we've already got members implementing the new updates, using the memory, automating their business. We're walking through the new setups step by step inside our weekly coaching calls. We show you exactly how to set all this stuff up. And you can also meet members in your community and local city who are using OpenClaw and stuff like that. So feel free to check that out. Link in the comments description, or go to the AIProfitBoardroom.com. Thanks for watching.